कुमार स्वामी नायक गोंगो लिबू लटोका रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे।
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन।
In the news tonight, Kandavo Confederacy leaves Sadelpa. Lami residents stage protest. And sewage leak affects livelihood.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Ateda Lendua.
Good evening, Fiji. The Kandavo Confederacy of the Social Democratic Liberal Party has pulled out from the party. The Confederacy representative was banned from attending the management board meeting yesterday, making it the third time that they weren't allowed in a meeting as such. A member of the Confederacy who wishes to remain anonymous says they've decided to abandon the party as it is embarrassing to be locked out of important meetings by the management board. Sanya Nimbola reports they are unhappy with the treatment they receive from the party officials.
Sadelpa's 10 Kandavo Confederacy committee members have pulled out, claiming they were ill-treated once again. However, Sadelpa leader Williame Ngawoka has defended yesterday's stance.
It's the way that the party is structured that we need to have a constituency, that we have to have branches to enable us to operate with Kandavo the way everyone else is operating. So I would not agree that because of that we're losing support in Kandavo.
FBC News was reliably informed that the 10 committee members represent the Vanua, and with the current status of the party, they are finding it hard to believe in the party and support it. Ngaboka says they will be visiting Kandavo on the way forward.
The president himself and I will be going there together with the team to go and set things up in place for Kandavo.
So Delpa went through a term where their compliance issues were brought into the front. So we'll continue to ensure going forward that we comply to our constitution and to the Political Parties Act.
Sadelpa has 28 constituencies and Kandavo is one of the largest. Sainiani Boila, FBC News.
Residents along the Lami corridor today protested against the 2 cement factories in the area, claiming their health is at risk. These residents say they've been enduring the hazardous dust emitting from the factories for over 20 years now. Dipesh Kumar reports the protesters want the factories to find solutions to stop polluting their environment.
These protesters are seeking answers from 2 cement factories.
What we want the factories to do is tell us that it's not their fault. That's what we want them to do. Prove that their dust is not doing this to us and something else is. Otherwise, we're going to continue blaming them.
Yes, I can say some of them are not aware that they are affected, but I believe one way or another they are affected by it. Because we are the closest community living beside these 2 factories.
The residents say steps need to be taken to collect data and analyze dust particles floating in the environment. They claim the factories are not using right measures to protect the atmosphere. Despite the assurances from the Ministry of Environment that safety measures have been put in place, the residents claim they can still see the clinkers are being handled inaccurately.
Then it comes to the cement factories. Clinker gets dumped in open warehouses, and then trucks travel with clinker stuck on the tires along the roads all the way through Lami town.
What we have done with the companies is to ensure that when they take clinker from the port, transport from the port to the destination, which are these 2 companies, from covering them to keeping within speed limits, adhering to all traffic requirements, we ensure that they will make.
Wycliffe says if any vehicles are found in breach, immediate steps will be taken to stop them. He says there could be errors and they will intervene if breaches are detected. Dipesh Kumar, FBC News.
Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama has joined world leaders in paying tribute to Prince Philip, husband of Queen Elizabeth II. The prince, officially known as the Duke of Edinburgh, died this morning at Windsor Castle aged 99. In his tweet today, Bainimarama says Fijians join the world in waving His Royal Highness one final goodbye. Bainimarama says he will never forget the stories his parents told him of Prince Philip's visit to Fiji in 1953 and his warm embrace of our islands in the years that followed. This report from Reuters. The livelihoods of more than 100 Fijians at Vatuanga settlement in Suva have been affected by a broken sewage pipe spewing waste into Uluituni Creek. Residents can't fish and have to live with a foul smell from raw sewage floating in the water. The Water Authority of Fiji has confirmed that the sewer pipeline was allegedly damaged by someone using an excavator. Dipesh Kumar reports.
This sewerage pipe burst over the Easter long weekend, spilling raw waste into the creek.
Yeah, it's fitting for fisheries, yeah. But this one, the sewage got breakdown. As Jenny are not got some fish yet till now, 6 days now.
Rambo claims people from nearby settlements also fish in this creek, but are now going out to the sea to make sure there is food on the table. An engineer working on a nearby construction site claims the pipe was damaged by builders on another project.
We are worried that the raw sewer that has been now let out in the creek, it will give smell, and we got squatter settlement, and we walk around this area. I don't know what necessary steps will be taken to get this issue solved. It's not just fixing the pipe, it's also the raw sewer that is being let out.
We approached Natua Civil Contractors and Director Engineer Design Vijay Krishnan, denied the allegation, refusing to answer any further questions. Environment officers have inspected the site and are preparing a report on possible damage to the environment.
The Water Authority of Fiji, they engage the contractors. They need to rectify the problem. From our point of view, from the environment point of view, we need to see what damage has been done to the environment. We need to immediately stop that and reverse if there is any damage done.
The raw sewage in the creek has disrupted the source of food for nearby communities, and people have had to find other ways to provide for their families. Until the leak is fixed and the waste clean, residents are also having to live with the foul smell and any associated health risk. Dipesh Kumar, FBC News.
Up ahead, 5 companies awarded desilting contracts. An unqualified teacher's challenge for Suva Special School.
Baik tu dia jadi berapa tahu रेडियो फीजी बहुत रेडियो फीजी रोज सुनता हूँ.
रेडियो फीजी 2 देश की धड़कन.
Five companies in Lambasa have been awarded contracts to carry out emergency desilting in 16 creeks. The work is being carried out to address flooding and ensure proper drainage for the communities in the greater Lambasa area. Eleanor Turangaviu has more.
5 private civil contractors have been given their offer letters to carry out emergency desilting works in 33.5 kilometers of creek across Lambasa.
Other creeks and waterways, we call it second degree waterways, which is threatening our farms, threatening villages, threatening settlements, threatening roads, threatening schools.
Speaking at the handing over of the offer letters this week, Minister for Waterways and Environment, Dr. Mahendra Reddy, reminded the contractors of their obligation to complete the work given to them.
These rivers, you excavate now, you clean now. That doesn't mean there's the end of it. There's a lot of material continue to come down. So we will have to continuously clean it up.
Juicy Hire Limited Director Feroz Khan says while the desilting will help the communities living beside the creeks, the company also stands to benefit.
Yeah, I'm happy to receive this, and it will be easy for us for the material that will be desilting, river gravel and whatever, so we can use it for other purposes that is being needed.
Emergency desilting works of the creeks will commence within 7 days after the companies sign their contract letters. Eleanor Turangaviu, FBC News.
Finding qualified teachers is a challenge for the Suva Special School. Celebrating World Autism Awareness Day, head teacher Narendra Prasad revealed that there are no qualified teachers at the school to care for students with special needs. Sanyani Boyla reports.
These teachers, despite not being qualified, try their hardest to ensure they provide the best for students at Suva Special School.
We do not have a trained teacher in the school, right? So we have teachers who are here from the primary schools. So we are providing them with the skills and knowledge through professional development sessions to upgrade their knowledge.
30 of the 96 students are autistic, and Prasad says they work closely with parents and relevant stakeholders to help them.
Today's program we have organized to create awareness to the parents in regards to what autism is.
Aseri Lasese says more awareness is needed to help autistic students.
I'm pleading to members of the public to help children with special needs, and I also think that there should be more awareness on this.
Well, the important thing is that the children and the people with autism are part of our society. We should accept them and accept them with open arms and try to understand what they're trying to do as well.
Suva Special School has 96 students with 16 teachers and 4 teacher aides. Sainiani Boila, FBC News.
The Fiji Corrections Service's new Life Art exhibition gave the public an opportunity to view the work of 7 inmates, including a carver. The exhibition, which is part of the Yellow Ribbon Project, was launched in Suva with artworks depicting inmates' personal struggles. Kelly Wadala reports.
Art has transformed these inmates over the years, helping them develop skills and potential to contribute to society.
Art is a form of them expressing, the hurt, the desire to become a better person, and it's sort of dwells in them an inspiration to do better when they leave us.
Speaker of Parliament Ratu Epeline Latikau says the inclusion of art in the rehabilitation of inmates in correction centers is a worldwide trend.
Art, as you were well aware, is not just something for show. It is a therapeutic and helps the artist set goals for life after prison.
The artists have been working tirelessly over the last few months to present an exciting collection.
Helps me and encourages me to move forward and to look for the day that I will be leaving this place.
It's a form of freedom while being incarcerated to me, and not only that, at the same time I inspired other inmates who are now doing the exhibitions outside now.
A call has been made to the Fiji Corrections Service to take the initiative beyond Suva to other parts of the country so that people can learn to appreciate the work of the artist. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The Fijian Broadcasting Corporation's Today FM Family Market Day gave small businesses a chance to earn money today. Many of these businesses that are affected by the COVID crisis travel from Nadi to sell their unique products at Thurston Garden in Suva. Jeshu Lal reports.
Today's event gave these entrepreneurs another platform to sell their handmade products and food.
When COVID-19 happened, this is, as you know, that a lot of the members actually worked in the tourist sector. So civil aviation, you know, everybody lost their jobs. So this is something that the women, the members actually started up on trying to, just earn a living.
Our target market is pretty much everybody, but we are here as a family day event trying to encourage young children to come along, have a bit of a kick of a footy, do some drills with us.
Today FM Programs Director Mario Fasala says they've used unique ideas to set up the market day.
This market is specifically targeted at younger guys, the younger people who want to go into business, giving them the chance to work on budgeting or help them sell their stuff as well.
Today FM Family Market Day at Thurston Garden is a new concept to develop younger Fijians' ability to market, budget, brand and microfinance. Jeshulal, FBC News.
Ahead in sports, Nadi retains Fairbrother Trophy. And Olympic hopeful pleased with current form. This and more coming up.
Bola.
Alang gonoa, ilutoka, tutalita ka ng Bula FM, bertini nambang 2 NSR.
Bula FM, nambang 2 NSR.
Nandi outclassed Rewa 25-15 in an entertaining Fiji Rugby Fairbrother Challenge at Prince Charles Park this afternoon. Nandi made several attempts in the first few minutes to score a try, but it proved futile by the strong defence from the Rewa side. Renina Rakautonga with the action.
For Nandi, forwards going in to help.
The power pack forwards of Nandi bulldozed their way through, where Turuva Lume scored a beautiful try, giving Nandi a 5-0 lead. Nandi added another 3 points on the scoreboard in the 22nd minute of play after a successful penalty kick to Selatonga. The visiting team missed out on a few tries, however managed to gain 3 points from the penalty kick to fullback Apin Nisa Ndeve in the 24th minute. Rewa made a strong start in the second half with a try from William Tambuaningili under the post, which was easily converted by Ndeve. The jet setters, without disappointing the 100 of supporters in their home ground, capitalized on every opportunity that enabled Ratu Napoleon in the Y squad try, extending their lead to 15-10. Outside centre, Tevita Modhiu scored another try in the 13th minute into the second half and was successfully converted by Tonga. Nandi manager Samuela Natale says it was not an easy feat, but the team fought until the end.
For we know the Fairbrother is a different ball game. As for us, maintaining and sustaining our dominance in the Fairbrother for this, and we are able to do it today.
In other Skipper Cup matches, Naitasiri took down Northland 33-10 and Namosi defeated Tailevu 19-13. Venina Rakautonga, FBC Sports.
The Western Force came from behind to snatch a 16-15 win over the Melbourne Rebels to keep their hopes of a Super Rugby AU Finals berth alive. The Force hit the front for the first time in the 77th minute, with Domingo Miotti converting a Team Anstey try to break the hearts of Rebels fans at AMI Park last night. A second half try by the Mba Provincial Dragons under-17 side was enough to see out Mara Storms 12-10 in the semi-finals of the Fiji Secondary Schools Rugby League Vodafone Trophy today. Despite a slow start at Prince Charles Park, the Dragons managed to keep themselves in the game and have booked a spot in the finals. Felipe Naikaso has more.
Despite the Murray Storm side getting off to a flying start with 2 tries, this did not deter the Dragons, as they also hit back with back-to-back tries. However, the side trailed 8-10 during the break as the conversions were unsuccessful. It wasn't until a few minutes remaining that the Dragons struck to take the lead and eventually win the game.
So think about the supporters and the parents. They are sacrificing for us. We should not give up. So keep on doing what we'll do and sacrifice for our good.
Now the focus will shift to RKS in the final, who beat Nasinu Panthers 25-14 in the other semi-final.
We will work on some errors, especially the weather and the ball skills and especially the attack.
Meanwhile, in the under-15 grade, the Nasinu Panthers side edged the RKS Eels 14-8. They will meet Ba Provincial Dragons in the final, who thrashed Tavo District Rabbitohs 28-8.
For playing today in the first half, it must be confident for us to break the RKS student. And the second half, we can defeat RKS from that tournament today.
The finals of the tournament will be played next week in Suva. Felipe Naikaso, FBC Sports.
The Panthers continued their unbeaten run in the NRL after demolishing the Raiders 30-10 last night in round 5. Here. Despite playing for more than 20 years, Marida Natiri of Tangimaudhia Flames has no plans to leave netball. Natiri is one of the senior players in the club who had joined since her primary school years. Now 34, Natiri plans on giving back to the club by training the younger players. Venina Rakautonga reports.
Natiri returned to play in the Suva Netball Club competition for the love of the sport.
Netball is a passion. I love netball. So last year I didn't play. I came back this year just to support the girls and play with them. At least there's experience in the team with a mix of young players.
Natiri has been mentoring the younger players in the Tangimovia side.
My advice is just to train, stay fit, and just the mindset. Because I'm 34 years old, I still play. So it's just their lifestyle and keeping fit.
With the season starting, President Georgina Lasanga says the association is moving to new heights.
The focus this year is on competition netball in our most senior zone, which is the super competition, where we'll choose our top 12 teams. We've increased it from 8 to 12 as we focus to having more players in that national squad, so we'll really focus on our super grade. We've increased it from 8 to 12.
13 clubs and 40 teams are part of the Suva Netball Association tournament this season. Venina Rakautonga, FBC Sports.
Fijian swimmer and Olympic hopeful Cheyenne Roba is pleased with her progress as she vies for a spot at the Tokyo Olympics in July. Roba is among the 8 swimmers competing for a spot in Team Fiji is training in the 50 meters freestyle event. The Nandi swimmer says the battle to get one of the 2 spots reserved for Fiji swimming is tough. She says sacrifices are worthwhile and it all comes down to who can pull off the best performance.
Right now in the season I'm holding a 27 mid and I've been able to come within a second of that time and that's in my training suit and after a hard session, so I'm really happy with where I'm at.
It was generally a fine day across Fiji with light showers in some areas. It was an excellent day in the west with clear skies and sunshine. From Pacific Harbour to Suva, there were some showers early in the day, which gave way to a sunny afternoon. There probably will be a few more light showers overnight. And in the north, much the same as the rest of the country with a few light showers early in the day and more overnight. At sea, east to northeast winds 10 to 15 knots, gusting to 20 and moderate to rough swells. The next low tide is at 2 minutes past midnight with high tide at 6:16 a.m. tomorrow. Sunrise is at 6:15. Tomorrow's weather should be much like today's with general fine conditions and a few light scattered showers. The outlook for Monday is increasing cloudiness, showers and the chance of a thunderstorm. Recapping our main stories, Kandavu Confederacy leaves Sadelpa, Lami residents stage protest, and sewage leak affects livelihood. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we're asking, should COVID-19 vaccination be made compulsory? Visit our FBC website to answer. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook and Twitter accounts. That's your news for tonight. Until tomorrow, stay safe. Mothemata.
Hi, I'm Ini from Raki Raki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.